Welcome to the 2021-22 Sports Awards ceremony. Unfortunately, we can't be in person, and so we're going to send this video out to you with all of the announcements for the sports awards that we are giving out for this year. For this video, we're just going to be announcing the MIPs, the MVPs, and then the Athletes of the Year. All of these other certificates and the varsity letters and the bars that you will receive will be on a document that I will send out so that you can look and see exactly what you will receive whenever you come to pick up your stuff here at school. And this year, instead of me announcing all of those during each sport announcement, instead I'm going to have the coaches announce the MIP and MVP. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who participated this year. Even though we had several cancellations and several tournaments that we weren't able to play in, I really think that it was still a success considering what other countries and other schools are able or not able to do. And I want to say thank you to those who were first-time participants in any sport. We had several this year, and I want to encourage you to encourage your friends to come out as well next year. I think it benefits everybody when they go out and participate in sports. It also builds morale for the school and school spirit. And so without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and start announcing the MVPs and the MIPs, and each of your coaches will be doing that. Take it away, coaches.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Leung, and on behalf of Coach Adaputra and myself, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your hard work. It's been an honor and a joy to coach you guys swimming this year and this season. And yeah, we had a really great time, even though because of COVID, there were a lot of question marks about our meets and schedule changes and having practices, having not practices at the Linco Sports Center. I'm just really grateful for you all. So at this time, Coach Adaputra and I, just through me, would like to announce the MVPs and MIPs for swim team this season. And so we're going to start with the girls. And so the MIP award winner for the girls this year started off pretty strong, but ended up doing some of the most difficult events in the entire meet. She would stay late after practice and just meticulously drill turns and difficult strokes. And so our MIP award for this year goes to Coco Chen. So good job, Coco. Thank you very much. For our MVP award, this swimmer scored an epic 58 points all on her own with 3 first-place finishes and a second-place finish. One of them was the highly competitive 100-meter freestyle. And so our MVP award winner goes to Ella Conteval. So congratulations, Ella. All right, moving on to the boys. Our MIP award winner for the boys started off swimming in a really powerful but really messy way. This swimmer was displacing water significantly in a way that slowed him down. And partway through the season, it really clicked for him. We kept talking about how with swimming, you have to use a lot of technique and use a lot of grace in order to channel your energy properly to go fast in the water. And so this swimmer started off with some challenging times, but then ended up swimming pretty fast. And so congratulations, Matthew Farrell, on winning the MIP award. And finally, our MVP for the high school boys team. This student also scored the highest out of all the boys, including swimming some challenging events. And so congratulations to Caleb Riley on winning the MVP award for swim team. And so thank you guys again for a great season. On behalf of Coach Adaputra and I, we are so proud of you, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you next year. Peace.
Hi, this is Barb Yates, coaching the JV girls volleyball team. I had a great group of girls to work with. You worked so hard throughout all the practices. You improved so much over the season. It's exciting to see how much you grew and learned and loved volleyball, and you loved it more at the end of the season than at the beginning. I want to thank you all for being such fighters and playing through games and not giving up on points or sets. I thank you so much for wanting to continue to practice and just showing that dedication. I'm impressed by all your abilities and even how you worked at the last practice trying to improve your overhand serves, to have consistent overhand serves. Just thank you for each one. Thank you to Cindy, our 8th grader, who did practices in both places often. For Tavi, Chloe, Molly, Natalie, and Sienna, our 9th graders. Fifi, our 10th grader and captain, who was a great encourager. And for Erica, who was also really involved with the musical. For our Molly, we've picked for the MVP, just for her great ability to be a defensive player at any point on the court, as well as offensively. And Sienna is our most improved player. We thank you all for your work and just how you improved over the season. And thank you for Justin and Brian, our managers who worked really hard, not only taking care of the nets and doing things, but also playing with us so that we would have enough practice to practice all the different positions. So thank them and thank you.
The 21-22 Varsity Girls Volleyball team would like to thank our managers, Daniel Hahn and Joseph Wall, as well as Coach Phoebe, Coach Mitchell, and Coach Heng. All 5 of you were a big part of our team, and thank you so much for helping out this season. This season, we would define it by the word belief. I really wanted to instill in you the understanding that you could believe in yourselves and believe in this team. And one of the things that coaches really look forward to is the ability to meet your potential. And the set we had against MAK in the tournament, to see you play, to play your hearts out, and to play to the ability that I knew that you could, was really a joy to watch. You played unbelievable volleyball, and it was so fun and exciting to see you play at your best. To the first year students, we had a grade 8 and 2 grade 9s. And you guys played amazing. The poise that you played with, the confidence, you played like you belonged. Way to step up. For the junior class, you obviously have a very special place in my heart. Thank you so much for your grit and determination and your willingness to put it all on the line. You played amazing again this season. To the senior class, Isabel, at points, you were absolutely dominant on the court. Your offensive ability is unmatched, and at times you were the best player on the court. Nicole, you were good for a highlight play every single set. The way you dove for the ball, willing to sacrifice your body to make sure the ball stayed up. You really surprised me at how much you improved, and that's why you are this year's most improved player. And for Ella, making you captain is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made as a coach. Your leadership, you're willing to sacrifice your own playing time for other players, your competitive edge, the things that you brought to the court really rubbed off on the other players, and any success we have in the future years, you will be a part of because of the way you showed your leadership. And that's why you are this year's MVP. So to this season's varsity team, thank you so much for your effort, and it was a joy to coach you.
I would like to announce the MVP and MIP for the varsity boys soccer team. Before I do that, I just want to congratulate the boys on a great year. We were able to do something that we've never done before, and that is beat MAC in a varsity competition. And I'm looking forward to what the future holds. We have a lot of young guys that are playing and are going to help develop this soccer program into something that is worth really being proud of. And so I want to challenge you guys to come out. I want to challenge you guys to continue to work hard. And as we go into next season, I'm looking forward to the progress, to watching the progress that you've made and seeing some results on the soccer field. And so I hope that we have more guys come out next year. We're losing several seniors who play an important role on the team, but I know that we have guys that with hard work can replace them. And so to announce the MIP, that goes to Joseph Wong. Good job, Joseph. You really came through this year and played tremendously well. And I'm looking forward to having you back next year. And the MVP goes to Loic. And Loic just played just about every position on the field. Whenever we needed him to score, he was up there scoring goals for us or going back and playing defense. And I just want to say thank you, Loic, for all that you did for this team this year. And so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody out again next year and having another good season.
Hi, Lady Broncos. It was such a joy to get to coach you girls this past year. From the start of the season to the end of our shortened season, you girls really improved a lot, and it was a lot of fun. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you feel like you learned a lot about basketball, but most of all, I hope you feel challenged in just growing to know the Lord better, whether it's through sports or through school or whatever it is you do. So I get to give 2 awards, even though I feel like each of you deserves an award. For the most improved player this year, this is a girl who every day came to practice with a really great attitude, was willing to try whatever position I put her in. And from the start of the season to the last game that we played against TES, I feel like she was a night and day difference in her speed on the court, her ball control on the court. So for this year's award for most improved player, I'm giving it to Jordan Chan. Jordan, I truly appreciate your heart on and off the court, your willingness to learn. And against TES, you rocked that game. This year for most valuable player, she was, again, most valuable off the court and on the court. She brought our spirit to the team. She was easily the most gifted leader on the team. She is, we could always count on her for at least one breakaway layup in every single game. She's the quickest player on the court. And whether or not we were down 20 points or up 20 points, she always had a smile on her face. And she was your team captain. So for most valuable player this year, Ella Conteville, you rock, girl. Proud of you girls. Thanks for letting me coach you.
I want to announce the boys varsity basketball team's MVP and MIP. Before I do that, I just want to talk a little bit about the season and talk about the progress you guys made. You know that we worked hard, and a lot of you have never played varsity basketball, and so this was a first chance opportunity for you to play at this level. And you guys really progressed well. I know we had some up and downs throughout the season, but if the last game was any indication of what your ability is, then that was a good way to end the season. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play in the tournament, but that last game, you guys just really made me proud. We were down at halftime, and I challenged you to come out and just give it your all and leave it on the court, and you did. We played a team that beat us the week before by 10 in overtime, but this time you guys you came out, you played defense, you ran the offense, you made your shots. You look like a team that was on a mission. And I just want to say thank you to every one of you guys. Whether you got to play a lot, whether you played a little, each and every person on this team played a role. And you played that role well. And I am just so proud of each and every one of you. And for the seniors that are leaving, man, we're going to miss you guys. You guys have been a pillar on this team for several years. And now it's time for the underclassmen to step up and prove that they can be on that basketball court and play to the standards that we're looking for. And so this year I want to announce the MIP was a player that really came out and improved in every aspect of his game. And I'm just really proud of him. It's Joshua Waslin. Good job, Joshua. And then the MVP goes to somebody who led us in scoring and every game just about, and was there. He played defense well. He was one of the leaders on the team, and that goes to Aiden Everett. Good job, Aiden. We're going to miss you next year. So in closing, man, just work this summer, improve on your skills, and be ready to come back next year because I'm looking to have a really good season.
JV basketball team. Though the season was cut short, we had a great one, didn't we? Through all the hard work and trust with our teammates, we were able to win 2 of our last 3 games. Each player on this team showed great determination and willingness to do whatever it took to better the team. I look forward to the upcoming years training with you guys and enjoying this beautiful game. For most improved player on this team, the award goes out to Hudson Cottle. He was an 8th grader that came onto the team and worked his tail off to improve every practice. He was the ideal teammate in that he would do all the necessary work to help us succeed. He would guard the best perimeter player, out-rebound centers as a guard, and do what he was asked to do with 110% effort. Great job, Hudson. Can't wait to continue training with you. For most valuable player on this team, the award goes to Nathan Yates. The tallest player on the team, he played like it too. He was a leading scorer and rebounder on this team. He anchored a defense that was predicated on tough defense and only allowing 1 shot every time a team came down on offense. He always brought a great attitude and was supportive of each of his teammates on the Broncos. I look forward to coaching you in the future. Great job, Nathan.
Today I'm excited to announce the High School Athletic Awards for track and field. This year we were really blessed to have some wonderful athletes come out, and I'm grateful for how God is growing the team. I'm grateful for the excitement that we have here in Taipei, and I'm grateful that for someone who doesn't have a track, we really seem to come together and do extremely well. So I'm just grateful for each and every one who participated and for all the support that we've had here from the community. This year we have 4 outstanding athletes that I'd like to highlight. And we're going to begin with the most improved athletes, or the most improved runners. And so these 2 individuals really gave everything they had in every practice. I appreciate their dedication. I appreciate them coming on time. Both of them are very quiet. They don't like to say much. In fact, one of them never complained at all this entire season, all throughout the workouts. They were just constantly giving their best and a smile. And so the first athlete I'd like to give that to is Hannah Ryu. Hannah, you did a remarkable job. We just appreciate your dedication, your heart, and all that you're doing. The second award would go to Edmund Wu. Edmund, you are continuing to show how much passion and desire you have, and it shows in your training and all that you're doing. Next, moving on to our most valuable runners, or most valuable track and field athletes for this year. 2 outstanding individuals. Again, these individuals do their best to come to almost all of their practices. They're constantly striving to do their very best. They're constantly improving, and just really appreciate them. These individuals have been with the team now for several years. One is graduating, and one will be a senior next year. The award this year for the most valuable runner in our women's division goes to Momoka Honda. Momoka, we're so proud of all that you've done. You did an amazing job in the hurdles, and your distance and your heart really showed this year, so congratulations. And then finally, our most valuable runner, athlete, and team captain goes to Aiden Everett. Aiden, you've been with us for the last 4 years. We've really appreciated all that you've done for our track program, your heart, and that amazing finish that you had for 400 meters at the end really solidified just all the hard work and dedication that you've put into it. So for this year's athletes, we want to thank you for all of your hard work, all that you've done, and we look forward to seeing you next season. Thank you.
The girls varsity soccer team, what can we say? I think you guys had a great year. I think you guys improved your skills, and I think that you improved your overall understanding of the game of soccer. I'm really looking forward to next year, especially with the young players that we have coming up through the system. For those seniors, we're going to miss you. You guys have made a valuable impact on this program, one that those younger athletes and those younger players can look up to as a good example of how to play the game of soccer. I really feel like if we would have played the tournament this year, that we would have done really well. But unfortunately, we didn't get to play it. And so now we just have to go away with the understanding that you did the best you could under the circumstances. And I'm really proud of the way that you guys played this year and with the opportunities that you had, and especially with the ways that you practiced. You practiced as if you had one game at least a week, and I'm so proud of you guys for doing that. So this year I want to announce the MIP and the MVP for the soccer team. The MIP goes to Katie Caudle for an incredible year back on defense. If we would have known how good you were, we would have put you there your freshman year. You did just an incredible job, and I want to thank you, Katie, for the hard work you put in back there. And then the MVP goes to somebody who didn't play soccer when she first got here, but really started to learn the game of soccer and really, I think, started to enjoy it, and that goes to Jordan Chan. She was really the solid rock back on defense, and she has really just advanced her skills to the point that we are relying on her, and she is the most dependable defender that we have back there. And so we just want to say thank you, and we look forward to you coming back next year. And so again, I just want to say thank you, ladies. You guys had an incredible season. And for the seniors, we'll miss you. For those coming back, I can't wait to have you back next year.
Hi, this is Coach Heng for Varsity Volleyball. I just want to say that it's been a pleasure coaching you guys, and you have been teachable, you have been resilient, despite the many changes we had to make and the changes in schedule. I just want to say how proud I am of your growth, especially for the seniors whom I've coached since 8th grade. I've seen how much you have grown, not just like how tall you have become, but also how much you have improved in terms of your skill. So I just wanted to thank you for being on the team and playing together and encouraging each other through the season. So I also hope that you continue to play in college. I'd like to give thanks also to the managers, Jonathan and Jeffrey. Thank you for helping the team during the season, taking stats and helping with balls and having to play on the court sometimes when some people are out for track or other events. You have been really, really a blessing to the team. Okay, so without further ado, I'm here to announce the MVP and MIP. So firstly, the MIP, it has been a very difficult decision because everyone has been putting your heart and soul into the practice, right? So it's really hard, like thinking about who really is the most improved. But after like some discussion with Coach Lin and the two managers, we've decided to present the MIP to this person who has always been very open to feedback, always willing to listen, always willing to learn, has shown a positive attitude throughout the season. I have not seen this player like get angry, frustrated, or like upset with others when they make mistakes, or upset with himself when he made a mistake, but always like having that growth mindset and general positivity. That person has also improved in their skill, has been an asset to the team. So the most improved player award goes to Endo. Congrats. And for the MVP, I think this player is without a doubt the best player overall. In terms of like service, in terms of passing, in terms of hitting, has been like very consistent, and has made the most contribution in terms of stats in comparing like points gained versus like points lost. Yeah. So and this person is one of the most agile players I've ever seen in the court. Who is able to like help that his teammates out in terms of like defense, especially. So the MVP goes to David Liao. Congratulations. For the juniors and the freshmen, I hope you'll sign up again next year. So rest well. For those who are injured, recover well and come back stronger. Yeah. So wish the seniors all the best in college. Hope to hear from you again and hope to hear that you are in a volleyball club somewhere playing still. Yeah. Thank you once again for allowing me to coach you. It has been my pleasure.
The 21-22 Varsity Girls Volleyball team would like to thank our managers, Daniel Hahn and Joseph Wall, as well as Coach Phoebe, Coach Mitchell, and Coach Heng. All five of you were a big part of our team, and thank you so much for helping out this season. This season, we would define it by the word belief. I really wanted to instill in you the understanding that you could believe in yourselves and believe in this team. And one of the things that coaches really look forward to is the ability to meet your potential. And the set we had against MAK in the tournament, to see you play, to play your hearts out, and to play to the ability that I knew that you could, was really a joy to watch. You played unbelievable volleyball, and it was so fun and exciting to see you play at your best. To the first year students, we had a grade 8 and 2 grade 9s. And you guys played amazing. The poise that you played with, the confidence, you played like you belonged. Way to step up. For the junior class, you obviously have a very special place in my heart. Thank you so much for your grit and determination and your willingness to put it all on the line. You played amazing again this season. To the senior class, Isabel, at points, you were absolutely dominant on the court. Your offensive ability is unmatched, and at times you were the best player on the court. Nicole, you were good for a highlight play every single set. The way you dove for the ball, willing to sacrifice your body to make sure the ball stayed up. You really surprised me at how much you improved, and that's why you are this year's most improved player. And for Ella, making you captain is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made as a coach. Your leadership, you're willing to sacrifice your own playing time for other players, your competitive edge, the things that you brought to the court really rubbed off on the other players, and any success we have in the future years, you will be a part of because of the way you showed your leadership. And that's why you are this year's MVP. So to this season's varsity team, thank you so much for your effort, and it was a joy to coach you.
And now it's time to announce the Athletes of the Year awards. Whenever we consider the Athletes of the Year, we always look at the students who participated in multiple sports. They were a leader on and off the court or the field, and they contributed greatly to the teams that they played on. And so it is my pleasure to announce the Male Athlete of the Year goes to Aiden Everett. And the Female Athlete of the Year goes to Miss held accountable. Congratulations, guys, and I look to seeing you in person and handing these to you guys then. Well, that wraps up this year's Sports Awards ceremony. In closing, I want to thank the students again for participating this year, for the time and the commitment that you made to help make this program better and get us to the point that we are competitive in all the sports that we play in. But lastly, I want to say thank you to all the coaches. We had 12 of you this year that really spent a lot of time working on improving our students, getting them prepared for their end of the year tournaments. Unfortunately, we know we didn't get to play in all of those. However, I know that our students benefited greatly from the work that you dedicated to them, to the practices that you spent, and for the effort that you gave in coaching them on a daily basis. And so again, I want to say thank you. And all I can say is have a good summer. Try to work out a little bit, get in shape, ready for next year. And I look forward to seeing you in August of next year. Have a great summer. To close out this video, I want to show you what to do once you get a varsity letter. Normally you would take the letter and you'd put it on a letter jacket. However, we have bought sport banners that you could put this on instead. So what you do is you would take your letter and you would take any pins that you would have. Here you have a manager pin and a MIP pin, which is most improved player, and then you would sew the letter onto the banner. Or you could take your letter and you could put all of your pins on the letter, just like that, and then sew it onto the banner. And so this is something that you can keep for the rest of your life. You can take it to college, hang it in your dorm room, and it's just something that is a good keepsake that you can have and show your kids when you get older. So that's what you do with a varsity letter. I know that some of you are not used to that, and if you have any questions about it, just come ask me.